from your left to right, I got linebacker Andrew Dowell, quarterback Dresser Wynn, head coach Jim Turner. Coach, you want to open it up and give us an opening statement, then we'll take questions.
Yeah, so rough 1-point loss, of course. I thought we played well in spurts. I thought our defense really played well throughout the game. Other than early in the game, of course, we gave up some runs. But other than that, I thought they adjusted very well, and I thought they did a good job. We got to be more consistent on offense. I thought special teams was inconsistent today as well. I think on offense we just have to we have to gel better. We have to do more. Like these games, like NFL games, these games come down to big plays. And so we didn't get out on the edge pressure. Our quarterback got hit, and he should have been protected right there. And that play alone really was the difference in the football game. So that play at that time really hurt us. We ran the ball well on offense. I thought the offensive line played really well. I thought our backs ran hard. Loved the addition of Wes Hills as a running back for us. I think he brings a whole another addition to our offense. I thought special teams, I thought that Isaiah Henney again, put us in position to win a football game. So you can see the importance of that one player to our special teams. Our kicker is on fire. He's 2 for 2. He did a great job in that game. Overall, I mean, our defense, Eric Guerrero did a great job in coverage. Andrew Dowell continues to play at 8 total tackles, 4 solo. And Josiah Bronson in the middle of the field really was a dominant force in there today. So we got a good football team. There's no question in my mind. But we just have to be more consistent on offense.
We'll go ahead and take questions in the room. If you want to just take the mic, state your name and affiliation, and ask the question.
Coach Jason with the X-Fan Show. You talk about your offense. This is the second week Dresser is with the starters. And he actually hit a really good game, 205, all of that. You guys played a really good game, total net yards of 287. What is it that you have to do to get over that little hump by this type of games?
Yeah. So you have to play well when the game is on the line. You have to do things when the game is on the line. You have to be consistent when you should get first downs. You know, when it's just a matter of running the offense, you have to take what the defense gives you. Like I thought Houston did a great job of that today. I thought our defense played well, but you could see late in the game, like they took the plays that were in front of them and did a good job getting out of the football game. So to answer your question, we just have to be more consistent on offense. Yeah, our quarterback played well. He can play better, and he knows that. So it's that simple.
Justin, do you want to address that?
No, I agree with that 100%. Like you said, the consistent part, like he's talking about, is when you come out in the third quarter, all you got to do is get first downs and kind of put them away. We got to do that instead of maybe going the wrong side on a read or something like that. And then turnovers just costly. A turnover is what it is, but then you have them back-to-back. At that part of the game, it kind of swings the momentum, and then it's hard to come back from. So, like you said, just be more consistent. And we got a bunch of good players and a good football team. We just got to be better.
And that turnover is not on him. So the sack fumble, he doesn't see that guy coming. He thinks he's protected. So that is not on him. That is on the offensive line.
Dresser, I want to follow that up. Again, your second week with the first team. You had a really good game, probably better than last week. What is it that you're seeing? Because you're starting to gel with Adams. Now you got Hill there in the backfield for you. What are you seeing and how this team is progressing?
Well, it's just reps. I think that happens with anybody, and just getting more comfortable with guys and knowing how they'll respond to certain coverages and certain routes. So, so I think things can get better, and we got to play better. I got to play better. It starts with me. But yeah, it's just reps and kind of thinking as one with everybody. But no, like you said, the offensive line played well. They gave me a chance today, and I just didn't make enough plays. So that's what it is.
Other questions in the room?
Hi, Amanda with the 18 with RC. Coach, I wanted to ask you, how does it feel and how frustrated are you to have these games come so close each week, and what are you doing to prepare for next week when you go against St. Louis in Memphis?
So to answer that honestly, what I'm doing for St. Louis is nothing yet. So I'm just trying to make it through this one, right? So so you can stop losing games by 1 point. It's a great question, actually. You just got to stay the course, right? So you got to stay the course. You just got to believe in your players, and I 100%. I'm not just saying this, okay? It sounds like I'm just saying it, but I'm just telling you. The players in that locker room have been put through a lot this year, and I appreciate every single one of them for their efforts. I appreciate every single one. These guys are on their own journeys. They're not on a journey to play in the UFL. They're in a journey to play in the NFL. It's like AAA baseball right here. Okay, so I'm not taking anything away from this league. I love this league. I believe in this league as a AAA baseball league. Same thing. So their desire is to move forward. So every time we go to win a football game, it's about winning the game, and it's about showcasing these guys' talent, you know. So let me just ask you this. If the Houston Texans came and called him right now, these two guys, said, hey, we want you to come over here at halftime, would they leave this game at halftime? Yeah, they would. If the Houston Texans were going to offer them a job at halftime, they'd both walk off the field and go over there with you, and we all understand that. So when we game plan every week, right, we're trying to showcase players at the same time. We're obviously trying to win the game. To gain that 1 point, that one extra point, I just think it is what I've been saying and what he just said, which is we just need to gel more. So we need to be together more, right? So, like, if you look at some of these, I'm not making an excuse, but if you look at some of these teams, right? So, St. Louis has had the same coach for the last 4 years, however many years he's been there, right? Birmingham's had the same coach since the beginning of time, right? Houston's had the same coach for the last 4 years, right? So these guys, they've been running this offense, the same stuff. He's been running this offense for 2 weeks. He was a third-string quarterback, and nobody even knew his name. No, he wasn't going to get a chance this year. And so it was like he was just an afterthought, which is a total horse whatever. All right, so that's what we're going through right now, right? So in the end, we got to make plays when they're there. So our offensive line had to do a better job on that one play, and it always comes down to these single plays in these football games. And so I got to do a better job myself at those single plays, right? Our offensive line wasn't ready for that moment, and I should have had them ready for that moment. It's not their fault either. It's my fault. So I think that's the answer. It's probably more on me a little bit than anybody else in that room. Does that answer it?
Andrew, could you talk a little bit about how the defense played today? Actually played really well. The defense held them to, what, single digits, 10, 11 points, something like that?
Yeah, we played solid on defense. It was good all-around game for guys. But just in terms of the game and how the game flows, like we got to create a turnover. We got to create a splash play of our own. And the big thing is with all of these games coming down to 1 point, 2 points, we got to be big on finish. And that we were out on the field. We got to figure out a way to get a stop. We got to figure out a way to get a turnover and get the ball back to the offense. And that's what our job is on defense. Doesn't matter the situation that we're in. We got to rise up to the challenge and finish. So I just kind of see that kind of being our mantra kind of going forward is just finishing games. All these UFL teams are evenly matched. There's good guys on both sides of the ball. So we got to know going into every single game, it's going to come down to a fourth quarter play. It's going to come down to the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes of that ball game, and knowing that going in, knowing that coming out at the second half, and figuring out what we need to do to win those ball games so that we can be in the W column versus the L column for some of these 1 point real close games. So just really finishing on defense is where we can take a step and getting the ball, getting some turnovers, where we can make some plays.
I believe we have a couple questions on Zoom.
Hey, Coach. James Larson, Pro Football Newsroom. Appreciate taking the time. I wanted to ask about down the stretch in that first half where you had a couple minutes, you had a couple timeouts, and just weren't able to put a drive together, had to punt it away. How did that kind of unfold, and do you think there was a lack of time management on that end?
On the last drive?
Last drive of the first half.
Yeah. You mean, so where was the football?
You had the ball. You started marching down the field, and eventually had to punt it away with a few seconds left.
Okay, yeah, I know where you're at. Yeah, so I punted the ball because so it wasn't a lack of time management whatsoever. So what it was I was trying to get in field goal range, and then we didn't do it, and so I was thinking about kicking a record field goal for my kicker because I want him to get the record, number one. Obviously, I would like the points, right? But then I said to myself, if there was 9 seconds left, and so I said, if he misses this kick, and there's a good chance that he will, because it was like 61 yards or something, I don't know. And so if he missed it, now they come down, they hit one short pass, and they kick a field goal. They come out of there with 3 points. I wasn't going to do that. So I don't think for 1 second, I don't second guess that decision at all. Even like late in the game, you know, when I kicked the field goal, right? If I went for the touchdown, maybe we're ahead late in the game, right? The last time we kicked the field goal, it put us down 21-20. I did that because of our defense. I still stand by that decision. Did it work? No. Okay, no. But at the same time, I still stand by it. I'm gonna bet on our defense every time. And if we lose, we lose. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go with what I know is my best punch at that time, and that's what I'm gonna throw.
All right, we've got time for one more from Zoom.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Wes Hills. Obviously, he comes in this week, only has a couple of practices, but goes out there, 75 all-purpose yards, picks up a few clutch first downs. How important was it to have him added to the backfield this week?
100% love having Wes Hills on this team. So I'm the one that knows Wes better than anybody in that room. And I'm the one that's been around Wes because he was with me in New Orleans, and he was the leading rusher in the league that year. And so I know him. He is a beast, and he is a leader by example. So he is contagious. Having him on the football team helps us tremendously. It will help us for the rest of the season. Love him.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.